when you're in, business, and with friends. And so I think to a degree that some of it can be, commingled, because, whenever you build a relationship with somebody, you end up becoming their friend to a certain degree. With today, mainly, we're going to be talking about building relationships with business, and something that I've learned along the way in building my company, how important it is to actually build relationships, and try to do it the best that you can. And so, because I think that it's more important not just to sell, but the resale. And by cultivating that relationship, you get that referral or that repeat business. That is much more intrinsically valuable, than just the trying to sell to new people all the time. Because once you have, for example, we're in the mortgage industry, the banking industry, and we work with realtors and builders. If you cultivate one great relationship with one realtor, you can continue to build a lifetime friendship with that person that is very prosperous financially and also emotionally. And so, but if you burn that relationship, you have to constantly keep going to do new relationships. I mean, at some point, you're going to get a bad reputation. That's one thing that Warren Buffett says, that it takes 20 years to build a great reputation. It takes 5 minutes to destroy it. And so you really want to try to build a great relationship. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have done and am doing to help build great relationships in my business. And I haven't always thought about it like this. There was a time when I was a lone wolf, and I thought that was the way to go. And sometimes I'll admit that we get extremely busy, and we say things or do things that we sometimes regret, and sometimes that happens. And so we try to not bite off more than we can chew, so that way we can try to service people the best way we can. But I think that if you want to build a successful business, you're going to have to build relationships either with investors, business partners, your customers, clients, coworkers, employees, your team. And so the social side of it, like Mark Zuckerberg and the Google founders, they're real big about socializing with their team. And I think that's a really important part of it too, is that social connection, not just the work connection. So some of the things that have really, I think that are very important. I see a lot of people that they think that, oh, well, I'm just going to go take you out to a restaurant, and we're going to, spend money on you and buy you a dinner and drinks, and then, we're going to do business together. And to me, that's just, it's bullshit. Okay. And so it's nice, but it's not really what the essence of what is important. And so I think that who you are as a person, and what are you offering, and how are you different, is more important. And so the way that you operate, and some of the key tenets I'm referring to is, for example, always returning phone calls. Okay, no matter if it's bad news or good news, you return the call, or you have someone on your team that you have assigned and dedicated to handle those calls for you, but those calls get returned. You respond fast, not 3 days. I mean, you have someone that's responding quickly to you to handle your questions or your concerns, to make sure that they're being heard and that they're being dealt with properly. These are really important things. Okay, going the extra mile, trying to figure something out for somebody, and getting the result, and not backing down until you actually get that result. And that means having great service. You look at companies like Nordstrom, Disney. You pay more money, but you get really good service, and so because you're getting taken care of. And so conversely, if you're dealing with a company that has bad service, you don't really care about the price because the service sucks. And I'd rather pay a little bit more money and get served. I know not everyone thinks like that, and that's the other thing, is you have to define who you are in the marketplace and who you're not. So if you're a Motel 8 or you're the Ritz Carlton, you need to define that and then stay within that framework, okay? Because you can't be a discount hotel and serve caviar, and so you don't want to be like that in business. And I know that I'm just talking, but it's easier said than done. But you really want to try to define who you are, and that's branding yourself, so that way you attract those business partners or realtors or friends or whoever you're trying to go after. You want to create a magnet to where they come to you, whether you have innovative products, you close fast, you're open, you have great service. You have to create something to where people come to you like a magnet. You have, for us, it's service. We're open 7 days a week. We respond immediately. We have irresistible products, and we have niche products that a lot of companies don't do, and so that's our magnet that attracts potential business partners, realtors, builders to come to us. And so you want to try to create something like that and be different and really figure out the time to spend or figure out how you're different and then promote that and brand that so that way people can see that and you stand out in the marketplace, because otherwise you're going to be commoditized and no one's going to be able to distinguish who you are from any of your competitors. And so I think that those are really important things, and also following through on if you say you're going to do something, that you make sure you do it. And I think if you have these type of character ethics, then you're going to attract opportunities, okay? But not just by luring people out, taking them to dinner, and thinking that you're going to become win an account from a huge customer or client just because you took them out. I don't think that makes any sense to me. I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares? You can go out and take anyone out, and they can go buy the food themselves. But are you going to be there every day, day in, day out, to make sure that stuff is getting carried out? Now, that doesn't mean that you have to do it per se. Like, for example, I have a team, and I have to make sure that my team carry out, because I can't do it all by myself. And I have to make sure that my team can do that and make sure they can carry things out too. And that's what they get compensated. That's what they get paid for, to ensure that they carry those things out. And so, and you want to make sure that you're obviously hiring the right people, and that's a whole other segment to ensure that the service is being carried out in the same spirit that you'd want it to be carried out in. So, because that's the essence of growing a company is one person can't do it all, and that's one of the things that we talk about in this. There's a great book that I want you guys to read. By Keith Ferrazzi, and it's Never Eat Alone. And that's really the essence of what his book is about, is that relationships is key to life, from the personal and the business side. And that's what he's saying is, hey, look, don't ever eat alone. You need to foster these traits if you want to be successful in your business. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. You're going to need great people, whether it's employees building a team, business partners, or social and emotional type. You're going to make this connection and really push yourself to go that extra step to make those social connections with people. And they have there's a great quote in there that he says is that if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. And so, and I really believe that's true, that you can go fast by yourself, but if you want to go far, you're gonna need a great team. You look at any company, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, they had a huge team that helped them to rally to go the extra mile with a lot of hard work. And so Bill Gates could not have built Microsoft by himself. He had Steve Ballmer, Sergey, with Google, he needed what's Sergey's business partner, Sergey Brin's, Larry Page, and Michael Schmidt, and then the employees, the team, tens of thousands of people. So you're going to need all these great people, and also you have the vendors, the suppliers, and so just remember that. And when I'm saying this to you guys, I'm also reminding myself, because I forget it a lot too, and I get extremely overwhelmed sometimes, and it can get frustrated, and I forget the bigger picture. And so that's why I want to do a segment on this, because I think it's very important, the relationship building and strategically planning that out. And in the end, what we're talking about is adding value. Okay, how are you adding value to the business partner, to the spouse, to the employee? You have to be able to add value to people's lives, and not be a taker. And so you want to be a giver. How can you contribute? How can you help? What can you do to help? And that's one of the things I look for whenever I hire people. If someone's coming in here asking me all the stuff that they want and what I'm going to provide to them, I probably don't want to hire that person. Okay, because all they are is thinking about themselves. And I don't want to hire someone like that just thinks about themselves, that they're self-centered. Okay, I want to hire somebody and have someone on the team, like JFK says, ask not what the country can do for you, but what can you do for the country? What can you do for the company? And that's what, like, if you're a lender and you want a realtor, how are you going to help them? How are you going to help add value? What are you going to do? Are you going to help with clients' credit, get them down payment assistance, answer their call at 10 o'clock at night? You have to be different and brand yourself in that way, and really add value. So this is the main things on building relationships and why it's so important. And so, I'm going to keep coming back to this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Every week we do 3 shows: Learning Hub, Real Estate Insider, and Influencers. And so please follow us on our YouTube. It's Angelo Christian Mortgage. On our Instagram, our Facebook. And if you have any comments, leave your comments below. Please share this with as many people as you want, and definitely follow us. We'd love to hear your feedback. And we'll be back again next week with another great edition of Learning Hub.